everyone, it's Marcy here from Stampin' with Marcy, and I have Lola with me right now. We're on a couple minutes early, and Lola is very, very needy today. Let me just load my iPad here. She knows something's up, so she wants Mama to be holding her. So say hello when you come by. I'd love to know you're here. Give me a comment. Just let me know that you're joining me today. Today I am going to be doing my paper pumpkin with you. It arrived the other day, and thank you everyone who helped me celebrate my 5-year Stampiversary the other day. We have some winners. Anne-Marie Perret, I'm not sure how I say your name, Anne-Marie. You won the silicone craft mat for commenting, so I popped that in the mail this morning. Diane Zimnecki, she won for sharing the video. She won the paper piercing mat. So I know her address. She's actually here in town. So I will drop that off to her this weekend. And Mary Goff won a package of the Dashing Along Designer Series paper. And Marg Traxler won the other pack of Designer Series paper and the Stamparatus. Marg is not on Facebook, so I will message her afterwards. So I am going to put little Lola down here on her little bed. So just give me a second here. There you go. Yeah, so I've had quite the morning. To the post office and to the bank and to the pet food store. And when I'm done my live, I am jumping in my truck and heading to the cottage to put some stuff away. It's getting away from us, the fall, and we haven't done our fall cleanup yet. So all the patio furniture is still out there. The hoses are still attached, so I need to get up there and get that done. So I am going to, let me just, this is this month's paper pumpkin that arrived. Now my box, my box did not look so pretty. This is my box. It was open, soaking wet. When it arrived the other day, but everything, Stampin' Up has it shrink wrapped, so everything is fine in it. The stamp set was still in there, and that, so nothing was damaged, thank goodness. But my box was literally dripping wet with water. I don't know what happened. I don't know how a box gets so wet in a FedEx truck, but anyway, yeah, so I am going to cover you up and switch you around so that we can start crafting. So hold on just 1 minute here. Okay, did I get that fixed now? Yes, I did. Okay, so just adjust this a little bit. All right, so let me switch my glasses here. Okay, so when you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, it is a monthly subscription. You can go month by month, or you can do a 3, 6, or 12-month subscription. So it comes, like I showed you, in the box, and it has a separate exclusive stamp set, and it comes with a ink spot. This is Night of Navy. Now I save mine, my little spots, so I'm just gonna put that aside, and I'm going to use my big ink pad. And the advertisement for next month's Paper Pumpkin kit was inside. So Paper Pumpkin is $26.95 a month plus tax. So you never know what's going to come in the kit. But next month is Christmas. So I love the design of the box. So be sure, if it's something that you've thought about doing, why not subscribe through me, my online store. I have a Paper Pumpkin button on the right-hand side, and you click on that and it takes you to the sign-up sheet. Or if you're local and want to just have me up my subscription to include a kit for you, I can totally do that as well. So I'm just going to open this here. So everything comes in your kit that you would need, other than your snips, and your first time you subscribe, you get a clear block. So since I'm already a subscriber, I'll just go into my drawer right beside me here and pull out a block. And let's see here. We've got the envelopes. Let me just unpack everything. Oh, this one's a little bent. Oh, these are really pretty cards. All right, and then we've got, what's this? Oh, overlay. Oh, look at that. Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so let's move that to the side for the moment. Oh, another thing I have next on Tuesday night, the 23rd, is my Stampin' Up Bingo. I have one spot left. So if you would like to join us on that fun night, if you're local, please get a hold of me right away so that I can, when I get home tomorrow night, I can prep your cards and your swag bag for you. Okay, so we have, look at these gorgeous leaves. Now, one of my things here is a little smooshed, but that's okay. I'm not sure what's going on here. It's bent a bit, but my, I'm pretty sure my bone folder in that, I can easily flatten that out. Not a big worry. So we've got the dies, and oh, look at these pretty labels. And then we've got our instruction sheet, and they will, Paper Pumpkin, they always provide a video. So let me just move my mat a little bit more centered here. There we go. So in this bag, we've got some little glue dots, some sequins, and it looks like they are adhesive backed sequins, some copper baker's twine, and some ribbon that's got some gold in it, and then of course dimensionals. Okay, so let's open this up. I have not, as you saw, I have not opened it, so open it up and see what we need to do. Put this to the side. So let's do one of these cards. Move all of this to the side so I'm not making a mess anywhere. And we need one of these large feathers. So you have to be very careful when you're popping these out that they don't rip. Be gentle. So I need one of those and one of these. I'm just going by the picture, not by the written instructions at the moment. One of those. We need one of these. Night of Navy ovals. Then one of these labels. And one of these Blackberry Bliss. Let's pull out this one that's gotten a little jumbled here. There. And I'm just going to take, like I said, I'm just going to take my boned folder and smooth that out very carefully. And there, that looks great. It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it. So then we need one of these large envelopes as well. Now, have I told you that I am going to Orlando in a few weeks to On Stage? I'm looking forward to that. Seeing my friends. There's a couple friends that I have met online in the past couple years that I'm going to get a chance to see, that meet actually in person, which is going to be really, really nice. And then we need one of these, a couple of these, and then we're going to need this here. So now, usually when I went to the two conventions before, years ago when they still had convention, may hope make you feel lighter, or Friends of a Feather stick together. Let's do Friends of a Feather. I used to do swaps. Well, I have been so busy, I don't know that I'm going to get a chance to do swaps. Now, this block for the D block is too big for this stamp, so I'm going to bring in my C block. And I'm going to put it down here on my grid paper so that I can line it up, because I can see through, so I can see that my letters are nice and straight, and then bring it over to my, bring this into camera view so you can see. I keep my, because I have had a lot of these large wood mount cases, this is what I keep my Simply Chamois. And Yes, I have been using this since June when I first got it, and it's not very stained because I still keep a chamois from the dollar store that when I have heavy ink on it, I like to wipe my ink off on this first, and that way my chamois stays fairly clean looking. It's just one of those little weird quirks I have that I like to do. So yeah, so now I'm just gonna tap that so that it's not wet, and then I am going to open up my ink. Yeah, so I don't, anyways, back to swaps. I have not had a chance to make a single swap, and a bunch of my different groups that I belong to have been talking about swaps, and I'm just not sure that I'm going to get a chance to make any. Stamp that right in the center. Hopefully that's okay. Yeah, I could have been a little higher, but that's all right. So then, close that up, move that to the side, and bring this. So we're gonna build this. So let's just have a quick look inside here to see. Okay, so we are supposed to put some dimensionals, as you can see by the photo here, put some dimensionals in behind. We're glue dotting these on the front, and then dimensionals behind the stamp sentiment onto the Night of Navy oval. Pretty easy peasy for this card. So let's go ahead and do that. And since I have my regular dimensionals here that are already open, now it's showing that you only put 2, but I like to put 3 because I don't want it, if I'm going to mail this to anybody, I don't want it to be sinking in the middle. Speaking of mail, I was to the post office this morning. I'm having one of those days. I don't know if you ever have them, but oh my goodness, because of my cold last week, I was late getting some mail out for a team member that had asked that the mail be, as long as I sent her the stuff that she needed, she had it by the 25th, I think she had said, then she would have time to create before we go to on stage. Well, I was tardy and did not get to the post office till this morning because I was not feeling great last week and was a little slow getting things done. So it just went in the mail this morning. So I was express posting it to her to make sure. I told the girl at the post office, our post office here in Strathroy, they are so fabulous. So I told her that I needed this to arrive in Nova Scotia by Tuesday at the latest. What was my best option? So she told me, so she gave me the envelope, and I filled it in, as well as got some postage. I had some mail going to other parts of Canada and the United States. So gave her everything, and she scanned the express post envelope and said, something's not right here. And oh my gosh, I put the wrong postal code. I wrote it down wrong, so I had to pull up our group page on my phone and look for the correct postal in our group information. And then she starts laughing and she says, "Oh my gosh, I've even given you the wrong envelope." So I wasn't the only one having a bad morning. She gave me the wrong envelope, so she had to give me the correct envelope. And she tried to be helpful by the giant postal code book, pulling that up and looking and for the postal code while I was looking at the same time on my phone. And she told me that this town that I was sending it to, according to this postal book, didn't even exist. And I said, well, isn't that funny? She's gonna like knowing that her town does not exist. So I got the right envelope, got the postal code written out the right way. Oh my goodness, what a morning. But it's on its way to her now, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, seriously? I am just having one of those days. Now, I don't know if this was supposed to be liquid glue or another dimensional, but I'm thinking if it was another dimensional, that would be popped up awfully high. So, all right, so next we're gonna pull out the sequins here that have the backing on them. So yeah, Lola's not coming with me, so she always seems to know when something's going on. So there's one. So she's very, very needy this morning. She's wanting to be held and carried. Now, mind you, my girl, she is 14. She was 14 this past May, so she doesn't like change anymore, and she gets, she doesn't hear very well at all, and her eyesight's not the greatest. Although I can totally understand the eyesight thing. My eyesight isn't the greatest either anymore. I need my glasses to see, and I have two different pairs of glasses, one for seeing close up and one for a little further away. So these things happen. One of the joys of aging. All right, can I get through here without... And that's just going to want to twist there, so. Okay, and these tiny little glue dots are so awesome that you just have to peel that backing off, and you can see how little that is, but still not quite small enough. So I'm going to roll it a bit, just like that, and stick my bow on there. Pick that up and tuck that right there. How cute is that card? Oh, that is just adorable. Just adorable. And see how quick and easy? This subscription is perfect for busy moms, if you've got dance or hockey or basketball. My boys were into basketball. My boys were basketball and golf. So I totally could have used one of these back in the day to take along with me. But as you can see, everything comes in its little box that all you have to do is bring your paper snips and you're good to go. So look at that. How cute is that card with the adorable matching envelope? Okay, so what's our timing here? Oh, 1:24. Shall we do another one? Let's do one of these cute little ones here. So my bone folder, fold that. And what's going with this one? This one here is one of these. You always get extras as well, which is fabulous. I was having computer issues this morning as well. I could not get my site was not loading, and I use a another site for my product images and links. And for tomorrow's post, I do not have the product image links on my post because it would not load. I could not get the TAMS, these are my stamps, site to load for me. So unfortunately, I'm not going to have any image links. You can still type into my online store. You can type in what the product name is. There's just no link image that you would just click on the image. We don't have that because I'm not taking my computer with me, my laptop. It's not coming with me. So unfortunately, I don't have time tonight to get it done before I always like to have my blog post go live at 6 a.m. So tomorrow's blog post, which is really an adorable project, there is not going to be a oh, and I don't have the long one. There's not going to be a product image. It's this one here that I need. One of these. Okay. It's not this. It's just this. These two here. This and this. Okay. So move this to the side. And this is going to be a thinking of you. I actually need one of these cards. Stamp this off. I always, the first time I ink up a stamp, I always like to stamp it off once I've inked it up, just to make sure that it's going to stamp nicely. There, look at that. Very nice. Close that up. And we're going to need some of this as well. And does it say how much? 7 inches of ribbon. So that seems like an awful lot. Now at the bottom of the grid paper, if I move this up a bit, you can see we have one side is metric, the other is imperial. So if I do this, measure this out, that's 7 inches. So that would be that much. I think if you look at that, oh my goodness, that's a bit too much. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this frayed end off, and then I am going to do, let's do just over 6 inches here. Put that to the side. I think that is going to be plenty. Yeah. Okay. They are always very, very generous with the amounts that they give you. So, and it is a suggestion that they give you. You don't have to do exactly what the directions say. You can make up your own mind and do whatever you choose. Okay, so and then this is going on here. So I want to just take some of my tear and tape. I find that I love my tear and tape. So is that going to show? Make sure it's not. Yes, it is. So okay. And that's just that little bit on either side. Pull off a piece of that Marshall hair there. A little piece on either side that will cover that. And as you can see, that is going to get covered. So you are not going to notice that tear and tape that's sitting there adhering that ribbon down, because I just want to make sure that my ribbon is completely down there. I don't want it to come up at all. So take my liquid glue again, and so this is going to be like that. Some of it's off the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to add a couple dots. Should be loads. And then some of this. Okay. And I can see that this is dimensioned up. So let's grab, because this is smaller, we're only going to need 2 of these. Okay. Next, we are going to and I put that on a smidge crooked, but that's okay. I find that my tear and tape is much stickier than my liquid glue, so I'm going to, and it's immediate, put a couple strips of this on the back. And peel it off. And then we need a couple of these sequins. So there, one, and I'm putting them in the thicker areas because I don't want that glue to, on the back, I don't want it to end up gluing my card front shut. And that little fat piece there. Look at that. There is our second card. That did not take long at all. Very, very pretty. I really like this month's kit. And then when I get back, I'll be able to, from the quick trip up to the cottage, I will be able to do some playing and see what kind of alternative projects I can come up with. So there you have it. That is the today's Facebook Live. Thank you so much for stopping by. I truly do appreciate it. And I will be back next week with another Facebook Live with you next Thursday. So that is all for today. I have a big drive ahead of me, so I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.